Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joseph Novichkov, Senior Trading Manager for GDM with today's European market outlook. First, of course, we will start with the Asian stocks. They gained with a regional benchmark extending a 5-month high after Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen indicated an increase in interest rates is likely before mid-year. The Asia-Pacific index climbed 0.3% to 145.82 as of this morning, after closing its highest since September 12 on Tuesday, yesterday's session. The Standard & Poor's 500 index advanced to a fresh record after Yellen told the Senate Banking Committee that wage growth remained too low even as job market improves. And of course signaled that a change in the Fed's guidance on interest rates won't lock it into a timetable for tightening. Japan's TOPIX index also added 0.3%. China's manufacturing sector probably expanded for the first time in 4 months in February, surprising investors who were actually expecting a contraction. So earlier into the Asian session, the HSBC Purchasing Managers Index rose 50 to 50.1 from January's 49.7 final reading. In Europe, the markets are expected to take a breather from recent concerns that Greece could be on a collision path with its international lenders, after the countries presented a list of reforms that met the approval of its creditors and eurozone neighbors. The approval means that Greece has secured a 4-month extension of its bailout program that was due to end in a matter of days, although the International Monetary Fund and European Central Bank, who oversee the country's bailout, said the reform plans needed greater clarity. We're looking at the Stoxx 600 index is slightly down, however, to 386.89, and the euro is remaining on a sideline at 1.1363 versus the US dollar. The FTSE is also down 0.2% before Carney's speech. The sterling, however, edges higher above 1.55 US dollars per pound. In the commodity sector, gold climbed back above the 1200 level an ounce yesterday after dropping to a 7-week low the session before, with, of course, Federal Reserve Chair Yellen indicating flexibility in raising U.S. interest rates. Gold has risen as the overall tone of Yellen's commitment was a bit dovish. However, we don't really think this will be sustained. Yellen also made it abundantly clear that the U.S. economy is recovering and she will be looking to normalize interest rates at one point. And the longer term, that doesn't spell much optimism for gold. West Texas Intermediate crude futures settled lower on yesterday's trading session as traders expect that this week's report on U.S. crude inventories would show another build, countering supportive news of Libya's oil fields being shut by a power cut. Crude oil settled down 17 cents at 49.28 a barrel after earlier reaching 50.33. In the calendar's agenda, we're focusing on Bank of England's governor's speech at 10, and ECB's President Draghi will also have a speech at 14:30. At 15, Chair Yellen will conclude her 2-day testimony before the Congress, and at 15:30, the Energy Information Administration will release the crude oil stock change weekly report. That's all from me for today. Keep an eye on the calendar as usual. Thank you very much for joining us. See you next time. Bye-bye.